So a few years ago, my husband Chase and I decided that we were ready to start a family. Not long after making that decision, we found out that I was pregnant, and we began to envision what our lives were going to look like. Was it going to be a boy? Was it going to be a girl? How did we want to decorate this baby's bedroom? Would they have dark hair like me, or light hair like my husband Chase? And then oddly enough, 4 years ago today, I sat in my midwife's office, pregnant with that first baby. We were there for just a routine checkup, ultrasound, and then they said, "We think that your baby may have Down syndrome." Everything seemed to slow down as we tried to process that moment, and I'm forever grateful for my husband Chase being there for that appointment and all the appointments to follow, because he made it very clear, we are having this baby and there is no room to discuss options. I felt as though I had lost my voice, not out of fear of the future, but because I was left absolutely speechless at how quickly my baby had gone from just that, a baby, to a mere diagnosis when we were speaking to medical professionals. The hope and brilliant future we had seen and still saw was just being picked apart by these professionals, and I did not understand how or why they could feel this way. You see, I was born and raised in the suburbs of Chicago, and I was blessed enough to have grown up alongside those with special needs, namely Alex. Alex was a family friend. She's about a year younger than me, and although I knew she had Down syndrome, I just didn't see her as all that different from me. I went to school, Alex went to school. I went to dance class, Alex went to dance class. But Alex was a part of something that I knew very little about. Alex was a part of the original Gigi's Playhouse in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Now, I don't really recall too much about it because I was just a little kid, so I was probably more concerned about brushing my Barbie's hair or finding my Barbie's missing shoe. But it was in no way lost on me how Alex and her family spoke of Gigi's Playhouse. They spoke of it with such fondness and love. Some 20 years ago, both Alex and Gigi's Playhouse touched my life, and I had no idea the impact that it was going to bring down the line. Remembering that Alex had this community, I had the realization that I am not the first person to have felt voiceless when receiving a diagnosis. There's a whole organization out there dedicated to helping children like mine grow and thrive. Lucky for me, there was a location right here in Raleigh. We went and we visited while I was still very pregnant, and we met Michelle and a few others, and I knew that we were at the beginning of the most beautiful journey. Since those moments 4 years ago, our family has grown. I am the proud mother of 2.5 kids now. My eldest, Fox. My eldest Fox, who is now 3.5, Monroe, who is 18 months old and a baby on board. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that Gigi's has been an absolute safe haven for us. It is chaotic to have 2 sweet but very feral little boys, to say the very least. But Gigi's has really embraced all of us through every phase of life. Fox has not only grown leaps and bounds through programs like LMNOP and one-on-one speech, but we've all made friends and really deep connections. One day, Monroe and baby sister will get to be a part of sibling programs in Generation G. But beyond how much we have loved making friends and being part of programs, I want to talk about how Gigi's has brought a light and an inspiration to our lives. Seeing participants older than Fox has been like a sweet little glimpse into the future for us. I see Mia, a fellow homeschool student, who is just a beautiful light, a true embodiment of kindness and creativity. I see men like Michael, who's the embodiment of warmth and joy. And rest assured, if I walk into the Playhouse and Michael is present, I will be getting a hug. These are just a few of the people who are doing an incredible job of not only inspiring their peers and their generations, but the generations to come after them. It is so easy to look at our world in recent years and feel dark and heavy. It's easy to look at our struggles and think, how can they not see them the way that we do? But as I look around this great room, there is a sea of faces who are a signal for hope and inclusion. We are all here because either Gigi's Playhouse or an individual with Down syndrome has touched our lives. So we all have a hope and a vision for the future. A future of inclusion that I am confident will become a reality one day. A vision of the future that starts with the over 900 families that our local Raleigh Playhouse has the pleasure and opportunity to serve. Participants, parents, volunteers, staff, family, and friends all make up a community that we are so beyond lucky to be a part of. I pray that none of us would ever lose sight of the hope that this community has given us, the hope that our loved ones with Down syndrome have given us. I pray that we remember one mom back in Illinois started something 20 plus years ago, and it has now grown into an absolute army of acceptance, generosity, and inclusivity. They say that we are the lucky few, but this Gigi's family is so far from few. A loving community is powerful. The voices that make up that community can change minds, open hearts, and foster inclusion. At Gigi's Playhouse, every voice matters, and every one of them tells a story of courage, joy, and belonging. Please turn your attention to the screens for a message straight from our lovely community.